My friend's getting married. My friend's getting married on 9/11.
Well, all right.
It's the only date that was open.
That was the only one, huh? Oh, and we're live. What's up, everybody, and welcome in to a Hump Day edition of the DNBA show.
Guess what day it is?
Guess what day it
Hump
is?
Day.
Many people are saying Wednesdays are the best day for the DNBA show. Many people are. The streets are talking.
We should snake draft days of the week. That's for
Well, we're making Hump Day cool again. Is what we're doing with the DNBA.
I don't feel like it was ever cool. Making it cool for the first time.
If we were snake drafting days of the week, Friday would be most overrated. I think Sunday most underrated. No, Friday is great, but most of Friday is still worse.
It's true.
But
this is all I'm saying. It's not that it's bad. It's just overrated.
But Friday, you have yet to have burned any of your weekend yet.
But yeah, and also it's true. Friday is the thing that is Friday is most full of is possibility.
Right. Friday night. Oh, baby.
Right.
Whole world's in my hand.
Friday at 5 is the best feeling of the week.
Oh my
You're
God.
true. Yeah, it's a great time. It's a great feeling.
Makes it the best day.
I didn't think we'd get this much traction out of days of the week, but we did.
Unbelievable.
Here we are. It's very casual. You might even call this a casual Wednesday edition of the show, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We got a lot of cool stuff to go to. The Fan Vogt. You guys remember that? It's a thing Vogt does.
Dude, what a tease. Fan Vogt's good this week. Couldn't find any Nuggets fans at the train station, so I tried the DNVR bar instead. Had some more success this time.
There you go. So we got that to look forward to. We're also going to talk about Josh Primo. Many people are saying has the best name in the draft.
I know.
I mean, I saw he's rising in mock drafts. I wonder how much of it has to do with his name.
Dude, the only way you could have a better name than Josh Primo if your name was like Guy Baller or something.
Sponsored by Manscaped, indeed.
Doug Malone.
Yeah,
We've come a long way.
Dude, if we drafted a guy named Baller, give me a break.
Baller. And then, of course, at the end, we're going to snake draft movie franchises. I'm going to tell you guys right now, mine will not. I can't wait for this. It's going to be. Yeah. I've given up. Like, I don't care for your vote. I'm just going to tell you the real.
If you feel disconnected from Adam
strategy.
Now,
just
wait till this franchise.
Haven't seen any of them. Haven't seen any of these franchises.
If you love Adam, this is the show for you.
This is the show.
If you don't.
But first, we're presented as always by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. How can you make nights like last night's Hawks-Bucks game entertaining? Well, you just bet on it, because at halftime, if it's a blowout and there's nothing else, you just bet on the game.
Or if you can make it like especially gut-wrenching. If you, for example, just
advised everyone.
If you went on a show and told everyone to take not one but two separate Giannis Antetokounmpo bets.
Yeah, I was also in on those.
You're no dev for sure. There is the game last night, guys. We're going to start there. The game last night, it really sucked. I mean, let's be honest. Now, I'm hopeful. We haven't gotten an update to my knowledge on Giannis yet. I am very hopeful. If you didn't see, the Hawks are without Trae Young, so already you're playing this game and you're like, man, okay, this sucks again. Another player's down. Hawks are blowing them out. They're up like 12 points.
Man.
I thought Milwaukee was on the comeback trail. I actually watching the game, I was like, Milwaukee's going to win this game.
Yep.
Classic. Hawks came out hot. And right at the point where I thought like the tide was turning, I mean, I think Bucks were on like a little 4-0 run or 6-0 run or something like that. Giannis comes down and hyperextends his knee, and it was gross.
Oof. It was rough, dude. Yeah, exactly. The tide had turned. Giannis was like largely disengaged in the first half, and he was like, all right, fine. So he scored 6 straight points for the Bucks, and then he tried to defend an alley-oop, and this is why Jokic is the smartest man in the league. He's never defended a single alley-oop.
Well, honestly, to that point, I told people that I have a little bit of hope. We'll find out what happens because it looks so bad. But I personally have hyperextended my knee several times and not torn ligaments in it. So, like, some people were saying, when does that ever happen? And that's fair. Like, a lot of times people will say there's hope it's a hyperextension, but they're worried it's an ACL, and it's almost always ACL. Yeah. I'm just saying on this one, he did come back onto the court.
Right? Yeah. That was wild. He walks out onto the court like freaking Willis Reed.
Dude, Undertaker moment, man.
Yeah, and the camera's on the game, and you just see him like in the corner on the bench. Like, is that Giannis? Is he back?
But what sucked though, and what made this a not Willis Reed situation, is had the Bucks just played him even, because he was only out for like 2 minutes of game clock, 3 minutes of game clock, and by the time he came back, a 10-point game was a 22-point game.
Yep,
right.
Dude, the Hawks smelled blood in the water.
Dude,
they went
did.
Ham.
They absolutely did.
As soon as Giannis went out, they were like, "Whoo!" All pressure's off. They just started just raining threes down. It was crazy.
It was such a lopsided 2-minute stretch.
It was the most. Yeah, because the Bucks were like shell shocked, and the Hawks were just like, all right.
And Giannis was like in the tunnel, not paying attention to the game because it's just like focused on his knee and trainers and this that. And he comes back out, and you can almost see the look in his eye of like, all right, let's do what. How are we down 20? And then they're like, well, yeah, we're just not going to even play, which was probably the smart move.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was ever going to play, but he walked back to the tunnel and is out. And so now we all sit here and hold our breath because I don't care who you're rooting for. You're not rooting for anybody to get hurt. And especially now you have Trae Young and Giannis. You look at that matchup and you're like, who's the best player left in the series?
Is it Kevin Huerter? Like maybe some people are saying that.
It's insane. I mean,
He's good,
I'm
dude.
enjoying the basketball itself. We finally found our parity. It's certainly come at a great cost.
Right, yeah.
So I know. It's tough. Like, I'm going to be clear before this gets annoying, stop well short of like, no one cares whether I personally like put an asterisk on anything, but this is going to be interesting playoffs at the very least to talk about in hindsight. I mean, the paths people are taking, it's coming down to attrition, just like everyone said, but that's really manifested.
The Suns are literally the only healthy team. They're not missing anyone.
Right.
It's true.
Right. They have their entire squad, but you look at, Kawhi Leonard, not a small piece. You go Giannis now, then you go to the with the Bucks with Trae Young being out. But on top of that, Cam Reddish came back right in that game. He played for the first time in forever. But Hunter out, so it just sucks, man. Like I gotta say, watching him go down was among the biggest gut punches of this entire season.
Yeah.
Not Nuggets.
Well, it sucks if he's out because this could really be Giannis's moment, man.
Yeah.
Like it really felt like the Bucks had this series in control. They were gonna go to the finals. I think the Suns are probably the best team in the league right now, but that would have been a really good series, Milwaukee and Phoenix, if Giannis is healthy. And Milwaukee could have won. And Giannis could have had his moment, a championship to Milwaukee. It was all setting up so perfectly. And so now we don't know.
I hate the way that this is unfolding. I hate that it's coming down to just like the biggest stars all getting hurt, and we're left to sort of sift through the remains and figure out what we're able to cheer for. But my God, what the drama of this NBA season is like unmatched. Obviously we were personally really invested in the bubble. But I can't imagine, I can't think of another season that just had so much mystery going in. Like, I literally have no idea who's going to win this.
Yeah. You almost feel like when Murray went down, it was like, what bad luck. And it was. This late into the season, there's been like 5 major injuries since. You've had Kawhi, Giannis, Harden, Kyrie.
Anthony Davis.
Like, how many guys? And some of these guys were already banged up, so maybe you can say, okay, it wasn't as surprising. But still, like... It's weird that Denver actually is now like in the middle of the pack in terms of injuries late.
It's so crazy.
It is crazy. I think it does put a lot of context. Now, last night, play could have happened at any point. It just was kind of an unlucky one. But you do wonder the volume of guys that have gotten hurt. What are the lasting effects? And this is really what I want to talk about because I retweeted something from Mike Prado last night that I thought was really interesting where he said, next year, these effects are still going to be lingering in, meaning just how much basketball has been played in a short amount of time. This offseason's longish, but it's still a little short. I think next year, coaches, and maybe for eternity going forward, coaches are going to look at an 82-game season and say, what is my 13-man roster? Not my 9-man with extras, but like, how do I play all of these guys so that none of my guys have to play 82? And more important than that, like I just build up trust because you never know. You get late into the season. Marcus Howard never really played with the Nuggets. All of a sudden, he's playing important minutes in the playoffs. Is it now the thing where coaches have to anticipate this and say, I need 13, 14 guys I can trust, and yes, my roster gets down to 8 guys in the playoffs, but I know there's 14 guys to pick from to get there?
Well, I hope so. I don't know why that hasn't happened in previous years. I feel like that's a strategy coaches should have been using for these last couple of years. Like,
it depends on where you're at, though.
Roster.
Don't you think? Like, if you are the Lakers coming off of a championship, it makes more sense for you to say, we're not worried about November, December. The Nuggets maybe the Nuggets should have been this way a little bit more this year because they should have felt more confidence. But if you remember, they were 1-4 to start. Yeah. Like, I think they blew that opportunity because they were playing catch up for the first 2 months. And I think Malone probably wanted to play Michael Porter more, probably wanted to try some of these other lineups, but he's like, we're in the 9 seed right now, and we've got to catch up. Dude, and
we're going to see so much more load management going forward. And then probably we should. Although having a full off season and allowing people to get like in real NBA condition before the season starts. I mean, that seems to be what we're dealing with. It's just they rushed the season. They compressed the games. They made them play a bunch. They did all of these things that now you can look back on. And the thing is that the problem here is that people were saying it before all of these things happened.
Right. We all kind of saw this coming.
Yeah.
We all thought there would be a ton of high-profile injuries this year. Seems like the teams thought that could happen as well, but that was the risk that everybody knew they were taking, starting the season in December rather than starting it in February, which for a while it seemed like that was going to do. Like that was the risk that everybody knew they were taking to keep the league financially stable, or at least that's what they were sold on.
Yeah. Again, to all of this to make sure that we got those that unbelievably terrible slate of Christmas Day games.
Yeah.
So bad.
So bad.
It is kind of funny to think of how that unfolded. It is also funny to think about. You guys remember? It was like, I don't remember what month it was. It might have been November when they were like, we're starting up on December 22nd. It was really late. Like the season arrived when they announced it to when guys returned for training camp was like 2 weeks or something. It was like, oh wow. It'd be like right now receiving like, hey, August season starts up again. Like what? Hockey? That's crazy. There's no time.
And you know, compound that with anyone who had a deep run in the bubble should have or justifiably did take a few weeks off as soon as they got home.
Right.
Then you get that news, you ramp yourself back into shape, and then you made the good point. It's not just the short off season, it was the condensed schedule playing virtually every other night all year long.
Yeah.
And most people thought the season was really going to start in February. Like teams thought that. And then all of a sudden they were like, oh, no, we're just kidding. December.
I know the world is so different at this exact moment because we were just dealing with like the world was shut down.
Yeah,
guys,
true.
we got a Zach Lowe update. There is no structural damage to Giannis Antetokounmpo's
Let's
left
go.
knee after his awkward landing.
That's
so,
amazing.
Just to riff off of this, because like I said, everybody was saying ACL last night, and I was like, man, I'm just saying I've had that exact thing where you fall the exact
You're
way.
a doctor, too.
And I'm a doctor, and so like with my medical expertise and background, I just was hopeful that this was the case, especially when he came back out not looking like he was hurt. Because every time that I've hyperextended my knee, it has been intense pain where I thought for sure it was something broken. And then after like 2 minutes, the pain goes away, and you're kind of like, I don't know, I kind of feel all right all of a sudden. And you're back. And that's what Giannis looked like. When he came back out, he kind of looked like, I feel all right. I mean, he was limping, but he was like the pain had gone away. Yeah. The one thing I will say, though, and who knows what the timetable is for his return.
Oh, wow.
That was the rest of the tweet.
No,
unclear.
Unclear.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. For me, and every time I've ever done it, it's been like a week where my leg has felt like it's an inch too long.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it felt like it stretched
The
out.
Rubber bands were stretched.
Rubber bands were stretched, and they have to tighten up again. So it felt to me every single time I've done it that if I went out and played, I would hyperextend it again.
Interesting.
If that makes sense. So I don't know if he's going to be back for this. The good news, if you're a Bucks fan, is if he tore his ACL, out next year's playoff too. This year and next year's playoffs, he's out.
It would have been Klay Thompson.
Now you might be out for this rest of this playoffs, and that means you might not win a championship this year, which would be devastating. But at least he might be healthy in 2 weeks and can be all right. So,
God,
Were
injuries.
Dude, I bet Giannis tries to play.
me too.
I bet tries to play as soon as he
He's
can.
going to have some crazy, crazy looking brace on, too.
Dude, this is maybe he's so young, but to date, easily his best path to a title.
Right.
Oh.
Easily. No question.
Anybody who's left in the
It's
tournament
so true.
is like, this is their absolute
Yeah,
best
that's
shot
true.
because there isn't like that heavy favorite like there always is.
Kevin McHale did this, by the way. I can't remember what year it was. Was it 85 Celtics where he had a broken foot and he played on it because there was like, how often do you have a chance to be in to win a championship? And he did it and then ruined his career. Like it never was the same. And to this day, you watch Kevin McHale walk down the hallway and you're like, dude, that dude's still in pain from that decision.
Yep.
So with Giannis, here's the thing. If Jokic hyperextended his knee, I personally, again, I'm not a doctor, but I'm Dr. Modest. I would be like, I bet he plays and I bet he's okay because he could scale his game down to not jumping in high leverage situations and be very effective. And your knee, I think, is still stable. It's like you wear a brace, you're all right. Giannis, though, his entire game is throwing himself into unstable situations. I don't think he can scale his game down to like, I'm just going to not use my athleticism today or go into any tight spaces.
Yeah. I'm just going to be a 3-point specialist today.
Exactly. I just don't see it.
Giannis' entire game is just like lunging at the rim.
Yeah.
Just stretching himself out as much as possible.
The Space Jam dunk. Over
Yeah.
and
Space
over
Jam.
again.
I mean, if we're talking, though, like if anybody has the ability to sort of get over this faster than other people, it'd be the guy that's called the Greek Freak. Like
He
he has
just
like the
heals.
most insane body that we've seen in some time in the NBA. Like
The good news, again, not a doctor, but Dr. Mata's over here. If the Bucks do manage to get out of this series, just say like, even if he doesn't play, but it's still possible that they could win this one. Hey, they look terrible without him, but who knows? A week's time in the finals, maybe he's healthy again. Like that is a thing that I think he could do. So.
The other thing, like bone spurs are no joke too on the other side. So that the
Oh,
rest
with-
of this with Trae Young.
with Trae,
So
yeah.
I'm just saying, as far as Milwaukee's ability to maybe steal a game or two, as good as Atlanta looked. By the way, Nate McMillan might be the first coach to wrap up next season's Coach of the Year award.
So true.
But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how that shakes out.
That's it. Monty Williams, really, it's like all good coaches. Bud is the one outlier where you're like, okay, probably not a great coach.
he's
but
such a bozo.
he does look like a bozo. How much of coaching do you think is learning the stare, the good stare? Because his is like
No, a lot
Yeah,
of
he knows
coaching
how
is
to-
like looking good while doing it. No.
Yeah, dude. He has.
Phil Jackson was always the king of this, just very stoic.
Yeah. Less is more.
I
if
feel
you're
like
an NBA
knowing
head coach.
this as the hiring committee to find a new NBA coach, like his weird bags under his eyes that are ever present, would have been an immediate elimination.
He
for
can run
Coach
his
Bud.
hands through his hair one time and it's effed up, just completely out of control. He does.
Yeah. He also Bud's pullovers just a size too small.
Yeah. He always is wearing them.
Yeah,
all
let's
the
go for
time.
the smarge instead of the
He,
schmedium.
he does do the Eli Manning face just through
Yeah.
an interception.
Michael Malone, though, by the way, he's an exception to this rule, though, because he like wears his emotions on his face.
Oh, he's like a mood ring in that he
is
turns
a
different
mood-
colors.
He is a mood ring. He is 100% a mood ring. Speaking of the Denver Nuggets, guys, your Nikola Jokic had I mean, this is like, I'm sharing a TMZ Serbia report right now,
Sick.
but so I have no idea how to confirm or deny any of this. But allegedly, banned from the Hippodromes. Is that how you say that?
The Hippodrome.
Hippodromes. Hippodromes would be like the skin.
Yeah, that would be
that'd like-
that back to your doctor's
there
career.
you go. The Hippodromes, he's banned because Team Dreamcatcher got in a fight or something in the stables.
Least
here?
surprising news ever.
Yeah, so the full story is
Oh,
that
you have the scoop?
Online with D-Lo.
Wow.
we went over it. Like
Well, I didn't know you had the
basically
details. Google Translate
the top
details.
his team, Jokic's team, came in first place.
Yeah.
But
Wait.
their top rival submitted some information about the way that they won and got them disqualified.
Such a Chris Paul move right here. This is like a Chris Paul Scott Foster combo.
Was it their horse allegedly cut off another horse?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was the way that the race was run down the stretch. But the top rival submitted a complaint and got the team disqualified, and they had to vacate their victory. And then
There was a
aftermath,
fight.
the aftermath.
Right, okay.
Some of the handlers of the Dreamcatcher stables
Handlers. Who do we think those guys are?
confronted the members of the opposing barn, as it said. I don't know
love
if that's
this, man.
the right word, but punches were thrown.
Stable.
Feelings were hurt.
Is the word you're looking for.
And now, and as it shakes out, Team Dreamcatcher is disqualified for a period of 6 months.
From Sombor, right?
Dude,
It's the Sombor
That
one.
wipes out the whole summer.
Yes,
wipes out
There's,
the whole
there's
summer.
got to be some sort of public pressure we can apply.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
be.
Like, can we get
We
this
find
to an
out-
appeals court?
Yeah, can we
Yeah.
find out who the other guys were and just completely tarnish them?
Yeah, let's drag them.
It's really the only. That's the
Absolutely
only
drag that
turnabout
stable.
is fair play is in the world that I come
I mean,
from.
I've been hearing they've been using some questionable injections over
That's
at that,
so true,
that
man.
other
I've
stable.
heard that as well.
Yeah.
Look
Who
into
amongst
look into
us-
what those horses are eating. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Who would oppose the top human, even in a race?
Well, so I actually was thinking this. The ball's on the committee to like disqualify
I know.
them. It's like Jokic and Sombor. I mean, come on, man.
I'm also pretty sure his family like runs the track.
They have. Well, I mean, at a certain point, though, you have to respect it. They have so much respect for the Hippodrome that they wouldn't allow
It is
celebrity.
it is a gentleman's sport at the end.
Unbelievable.
Also, like I've watched the Derby. That's really the extent of my horse racing viewership. But I watched the Derby. I've never once looked at a stable or jockey or any of this and been like, man, those guys can beat some ass. But I have looked at the Jokic family, like
Yeah.
those guys. So I have to imagine this was a quarrel between a very lopsided quarrel.
Well, we looked at the video last week of just a candid moment between man, horse, and handlers. They looked like some.
They're all big.
They were pretty big guys.
Pretty big guys.
they didn't see. I mean, that they're they represent the top human, but they did look like they could throw some throw some hands.
This isn't the Saratoga racetrack, buddy.
No.
You know, slightly different culture, I think.
You think Serbian horse racing is like real
Certainly sounds like it.
Yeah.
I don't. This is what I'm saying. I don't know.
We don't have to theorize here. We have some cold hard evidence.
This is more like when I bring my cousin to the fancy restaurant and he's arguing with the waiter. Like, dude, that's we're not doing that here. You don't have to fight the waiter. They'll just ask for the side. That's all I'm saying. I think it was more of that situation.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
just talking on the couch here.
Anyway, man, I hope this doesn't ruin his summer. Jokic without horse?
Yeah, what's the effectiveness? Does he have to just get in the gym every day?
Did you just tell Jokic to have a nice summer?
No, I said I hope it doesn't affect his
I know,
summer.
but in a backhanded way.
What I'm saying
Does
is...
he pick up another hobby?
Oh, my God. Well, Jokic is still able to recreationally ride his horses. I mean...
Can he ride his horses?
In his little carriage.
Buggy.
Oh, and in the little,
In his little chariot.
His chariot.
It's a trotter, actually. Is the term.
A trotter?
Which is just like Adam driving in his daughter's toy car.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Jokic should get a big Ben-Hur chariot and ride.
No,
he should get like a real
deserves it.
fancy one.
He deserves it. He needs to be carted around that place like Zeus himself.
It would be incredible, like horse and buggy type thing, like an old Wells Fargo
Yeah.
With like spiky wheels.
spikes
and
out the
everything.
side. Like nobody F's with Jokic. You know the old carriage or whatever. That's what he should have.
Oh, I thought you meant like sponsored.
Well, that's
by,
right.
That would be
I was going to
a
say
Western
we should,
Union carriage.
we should get it. It's like the Jokic carriage brought to you by Honda.
Could we should look into this. Can DNVR sponsor Team Dreamcatcher?
What?
Like, what's the going rate for sponsorship here?
Well, Jokic would shut that down.
He would definitely do it.
There's no point.
He'd be so confused by us doing that. Like, why?
Hey man, anything to support, as you've said, the top human.
Anything we can do.
Let's take a break. On the other side, we're going to hit the fan vote. I have not seen this, so it has been unauthorized. I'm going off of Vote's word here.
I haven't seen it either, so we'll find out together.
We're also going to talk.
Yeah.
Talk about Josh Primo. Josh Primo on the other side.
We hitting a break? Guys, make sure to check out the Mile High City Copper Lager from Breckenridge Brewery. You can pick it up everywhere at your local liquor store at the Breck Brew Farmhouse. It's in that Skyline Blue Nuggets can with the Nuggets logo on it. Make sure to pick up some Mile High City Copper Lager for this weekend or this week. Also, it's Wednesday. At manscaped.com right now, you guys can get 20% off plus free shipping on your Manscaped products.
What?
With the code DNVR. Now, there's a lot of stuff to get at Manscaped, a lot of different products,
Sure.
a lot of different trimmers, a lot of different types of stuff you can get.
Grooming accessories.
Yeah, I would suggest the Lawnmower 4.0. I would suggest it. I can verify. Top of the line, electric trimmer. Top of the line. You can get 20% off the Lawnmower 4.0, which has the 4000K LED light, wireless charging, different blade lengths, the carrier bag as well, $39 value with that. You can get it all for 20% off with the code DNVR at manscaped.com. You also get free shipping on that. So again, go to manscaped.com, use the code DNVR.
Become the Picasso of the manscaping.
I don't like that one.
Keep going.
Let's just become like just the guy that
Become the Picasso.
just sort of just takes care of biz. He's not trying to make it an art project.
Yeah, get in, get out. It's an efficient tool.
We all know what we're trying to get out of this.
Is that it?
Are we ready to go to fan vote?
Man, we're really
my goodness,
flying
we are
fast
back.
and loose
Well,
today.
before we do, I guess we have a super chat that Kale really wants us to get to. So let's go to our super chat. Any interest in trading up to get
Why would
Corey?
we go over this in the prospecting session?
We'll
if
talk
he
about
fell in the draft. Be honest with you, man. Don't know yet. Haven't gotten there.
Here's what I know about Corey Kispert. He looks a lot like Chris Pine, and I have a hard time looking past that. That's Chris Pine, the actor.
This is
I was going to say he looks a lot
Chris
like
Pine-
Joe Harris.
Chris Pine guaranteed to make an appearance in our movie franchise draft.
Well, also him looking like that, not nearly as bad as Duarte looking like the guy who got his ass kicked.
No, this one's good. I'm trying to say that Corey Kispert's a good-looking dude, man.
I wasn't happy to report that, by the way. That was not.
Wait, I honestly think it's damning. Like,
Probably
they
some of the
can't
best
draft it.
intel on the draft we've gotten
Can't
to this
do it.
point.
Can't do it. It's certainly,
All right. So, do you want to set up the fan vote here?
Yeah, so we went with battle trivia this time, guys.
Oh, wow.
So I found some Nuggets fans here in the DNVR bar. I pitted them against each other.
Oh, man.
In some quick trivia, and we made a new friend, guys. We met a new friend here at the DNVR bar.
That's our first one.
That is right. I'm really excited for you guys to meet him. Really excited for you guys to check this one out. So shout out all the homies that came and helped us out. You'll meet them now.
Let's watch this for the first time
Let's
together.
go.
We had a great time.
Can you turn it up so we can-
station meeting Nuggets, Bulls fans, geography buffs, all kinds of folks. But surprisingly, we struggled to find Nuggets fans at the train station. Where could we go to find more success? Suddenly, it dawned on me. I didn't have to go anywhere at all. This shit is so dumb. I love this so much. All right, I'm here with a couple of loyal Nuggets fans. Just stumbled into them organically at the bar. These are two of my friends, two big-time Nuggets fans. Unfortunately, only one of you can leave with both of those labels today. The loser is never allowed back. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, Mitchell and Harry, let's do this. Question number 1. Who did the Denver Nuggets play on opening night? Remember your buzzers. We've crafted a very specific and a unique buzzer system here at DNVR. They must take a sip of Rakia to answer the question. And here goes Mitch.
Is it the Pelicans?
That is incorrect. I hope you enjoyed the Rakia, though. Actually, I messed up the question. So how about that? It was who did they play at home? Who was their home opener? All right, let's just film that whole thing again.
Sure.
How about that, guys? You can leave the Rakia empty this time.
Cool. Actually, that wasn't that bad.
No, it's not. I like it.
That was smooth.
I like it.
It is. Okay, guys, cool. Meet my friend Eugene Shorts. Eugene, this is Mitchell.
Oh, man.
This is Harry.
Hi.
Joe, you and Eugene will play each other in the next round. Brendan, yeah. Brandon's the CEO.
Heard.
Yeah.
Brandon, yeah.
So great to meet you, man. Thanks for coming out.
Oh,
Thanks for
great.
coming out.
Great.
All right.
Jesus.
Love that Eugene guy.
Man.
The first question to you, and remember to ring your buzzer, you got to take a splash of Rakia. That's how we do it at DNVR. Who did the Denver Nuggets play in their home opener?
It's the Kings, isn't it?
It is the Sacramento Kings. That is right. Let's refill those Rakia glasses. I'll get you guys. It's best 2 out of 3. So, Mitchell, to survive, you need to get this question.
Got it. Let's
So,
go.
like, just throw that shot down
Yeah,
as soon
let's
as I'm done talking. Question number 2. What place is Michael Malone on the all-time Nuggets coaching regular season wins list? It's Harry.
Third.
That's right. Harry, congratulations. I got to shake your hand. Mitch, you've been 86th from the DNVR bar, but thanks for coming down. You're a true homie, friend of the show. All right, Harry's through. We're ready for our next round. We're trying to find out who's going to meet him in the finals. I'm joined today by a couple of fellows that I think I've just met both of them for the first time today. To my left, it's Joe, who made the drive down. To my right, met him down at the bar. I think he just started watching the Nuggets, but he really seems to know his stuff. Eugene Shorts, is that right?
Yeah, Shorts with an S on the end. Yeah, from Cali. Shout out Cali.
Yeah.
Just moved here to Denver.
Love California.
Pretty cool place. Not Cali though. Like definitely not.
No beach.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I just started watching the Nuggets this year. Big Lakers fan, but you know, Nuggets are a cool team. Just caught a couple games here.
Any takes for us? Any Nuggets takes?
Jokic isn't that good. Like, I mean, not that bad. He's pretty good. What are the Nuggets doing with Bol, dude? Like, who's even the Nuggets coach? George Karl? Like, can George Karl play Bol more? Like, I don't know if the Nuggets win a championship until that happens.
Look, man, you and the big media in town here, you guys are right in line. I think you guys view this team the same way. So I think you're the right guy to have here. 2 equally qualified contestants. Let's get after it. Okay, guys, question number 1. What was the Denver Nuggets starting lineup on opening night? Joe.
Jamal Murray,
That's right.
Gary Harris,
That's correct.
Michael Porter Jr.,
That's correct.
Paul Millsap,
That's also correct.
Nikola Jokic.
He's done it. Wow.
Damn.
Joe leads 1-0. Massive upset, although, again, Eugene just started watching the Nuggets, so we can't
Who's
really...
Gary Harris? Dude?
California guy.
He plays for the Orlando Magic now.
Damn.
Former machine. All right, question number 2. For which team does former Denver Nuggets legend Emmanuel Mudiay currently play for? Talk to us, Eugene.
0. No one, right?
That's correct. Emmanuel Mudiay is a free agent. Tim
Yeah.
Connolly. Tim, just saying, he's available. Okay, guys. Well, it's 1-1.
Still a believer in Moutier, by
Ty-
the way. Dude, like, you can't teach 6'6". You can't teach
God.
6'5", 190.
Getting upstaged on my own segment. Okay, listen, guys. It's best 2 out of 3, and we've got a tie. So there's a couple of ways we could sell this. We could get to question 3 to settle it, or we could just settle it. We could just battle to the death. So it's up to you guys. Do you guys want to go with the question?
I think I'm good with the question.
Yeah. Go
All right, we'll go with the question. We'll go with the question.
I'm a chiller, you know.
Yeah, I don't think
Cali.
California.
Chill, yeah.
That's
Just
right.
trying to chill
Yeah.
tonight.
All right, fair enough. We'll go with the question. I did prepare for that. Okay. Your third and final question, gentlemen.
Do we need another shot or what?
You do, yeah.
You guys like
Support you.
barely drink up here in Denver. Like, what the heck?
In what round of which draft did the Denver Nuggets select future Hall of Famer Thomas Welsh? Eugene?
Second round.
Correct. Which draft?
The 2018 draft.
That is correct. I'm sorry, Joe. It seemed like you had it. He was just quicker on the trigger.
Yeah, that Rocky D-line's not joking.
Eugene, brother, you're in the finals, man. Let's do this. Let's get Harry back in this. Harry, bring your
man.
shot glass, man, and let's find our champion. We're here. It's the finals. A couple of fine gentlemen, a couple of big-time Nuggets fans here. Just ready to find out which just casual fan off the street, has a deeper wealth of Denver Nuggets knowledge. I've got Harry in the finals.
Actually, I go by Harrison.
Harrison. Okay, so we've got a Harrison in the house. And then to my right, Eugene. And that's right?
Yeah,
That's what
full name preferably, Eugene Shorts.
Eugene.
Yeah.
Which Denver Nugget led the team in total blocks this season? Eugene, ready to drink, ready to answer.
Nikola Jokic.
That is incorrect.
Oh, damn.
Harry, the door's open.
Jermichael Green?
That is also incorrect. Unbelievable.
Well, it should have been Bobo. I mean, we all know that if that dude would have played it all.
All right, guys, what we'll do is we'll move on to another question. One more question to settle this. We'll just keep going until one of you guys knows anything about the Denver Nuggets. According to Basketball Reference, who is the career leader in offensive rating for the Denver Nuggets? Eugene.
Nikola Jokic.
That is also incorrect. I'll give you guys a hint. He was drafted not that long ago. He's currently on the team.
Thomas Welsh.
Good guess, Eugene, but it's not Thomas Welsh.
Jamal Murray?
That is also incorrect. This is unbelievable. They're just melting under the pressure.
Bobo.
No, that is not
Should
correct.
be.
That is not correct. Okay, we're gonna change it up here. Okay, got a slightly easier question for you guys.
Trying to get us
Was it
drunk.
Monte?
You don't have to drink. Just shout it out. Okay. New question. Where did the new Nugget Aaron Gordon go to college?
Arizona?
That is correct. Unbelievable. Harrison's done it. Harrison, we've got a new champion. This guy knows his stuff. How'd you even hear about our bar? What were you doing down there?
I was longboarding down Colfax, and I just saw DNVR bar. Like, those mountains looked pretty sick. Reminded me of back home, like Sierra Madre area.
Sure.
So, I just stopped in. Seemed like a pretty cool spot.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks to Mitchell and Joe for joining us. And thanks to all of you for joining us here on the Fan Vote.
Nevada's.
Sierra Madre is a town in California.
Sierra Madre is a town in California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Hey guys,
there you
we're
go.
back.
We're back. Wow.
That was really fun. That was really fun. Big thanks to my friend Eugene for helping us out. That guy, he knew more than I thought he would.
I don't like the look of that guy. I gotta be honest.
Definitely a shady guy.
Very shady guy.
No room for any more California transplants.
Like,
in,
I mean,
in
and frankly,
Colorado.
like that mustache style
a little problematic.
Might be a Cali look. I don't know.
must be a Cali thing.
But thank you to the homies for Mitchell, Joe, Harrison for coming down and helping us out. Appreciate you guys.
But I gotta tell you, I love the fan vote.
Thanks, man. I do too. It's super fun. I'm already thinking about next week's. So
You already got it?
I wouldn't say
got it?
that, but I'm thinking about it.
You're workshopping them. All right, we got to move on now, guys. Keep the show moving and talk about we're going to do
I
prospecting.
just got to acknowledge that last comment.
Which one?
It says it actually took me a good 3 minutes to realize that was just Harrison. Mendez.
there's
It
no
was
way.
a great disguise, apparently.
No way it took 30 minutes.
They were like, I think that's Harrison, but I know he's not from Cali and doesn't have that weird nose.
Well, we had the studio lights on, so Harrison actually couldn't see. So Eugene walks up and he goes, "Who is that?" It was the funniest part of my night.
That's amazing.
Eugene, good name. So
I was going to go with Chad, but it was
Chad.
Eugene.
every Wednesday we're gonna prospect. I didn't even know we had a graphic
Prospecting.
here. A little prospecting here because we're
We
looking
used it
for.
last week too, bro.
I must not have looked up at that point.
That seems
But we're going to talk about one player in the draft. We might actually end up having to like ramp this up to do 2-3 players in the draft just to get the draft is coming up before we know. I think it's like 5 weeks away or 4.5 weeks away. So it will be here before you know it. Of course, we're going to have a big big live draft show, which will be a lot of fun.
So dope.
You're probably going to want to be at the bar. We'll probably do a bunch of
Yeah.
drinks, like all kinds of cool stuff,
dude.
man.
You'll
Like it'll be
probably
sweet.
I can't
100% get fan voted also. If you,
You
show
probably
up.
will get fan voted. Have a live fan vote. But today we've got Josh Primo. Josh Primo. All right, Harrison, what can you tell us about Josh Primo?
So we looked at Chris Duarte last week, the oldest prospect in the draft. Josh Primo's the youngest prospect.
He's
in the
the
draft.
youngest.
The youngest prospect in the
Wow.
draft.
Who's in the
youngest
middle?
Player.
Who's like direct?
I need a personal assurance that's not a picture of Colin Sexton.
It does.
From this angle, and also it's Alabama, so there is a little. Yeah, actually,
Also-
are we sure?
We're not sure. Maybe.
Kale's like, do not question me again.
Josh Primo on USA Photos.
Yeah, he's number 11.
He's number 11,
Yeah,
though.
dude.
I think that dude. I think you just
100% Colin Sexton.
We caught it, though. We caught it.
You could say send your hate
does
mail
look
to
like
super
Colin
producer
Sexton.
Kale at the DNVR bar. Denver,
Anyway,
Colorado.
Josh Primo looks kind of like that.
Are we we just have to now call him okay producer
now,
Kale?
now I'm never going to be able to get that comparison out of my head.
Yeah.
It's that lame-ass Nuggets fan with Chris Duarte, and it's Colin Sexton with Josh Primo.
What are we doing? We're just tanking draft comparisons.
All right.
Well, we can only have one. It's best to eliminate everybody else on very surface level reasons.
All right, what else we got?
Okay, anyway, so yeah, Josh Primo's the youngest prospect in the draft. He was the youngest player in college basketball last year. He's only 18. He doesn't turn 19 until December, I believe. The measurables on him are exactly what you're looking for in a guard. 6'6", 6'11" wingspan. He's got a lot of tools. I mean, he has everything on paper that you look at and you're like, all right, this should be a guy that gets taken in the mid-first round if you're looking to fill an NBA backcourt. Good frame, good length. The thing about, Josh Primo is he's definitely got a ton of upside. That's like the biggest thing that people talk about him with. Averaged 8 points per game last year. Didn't really play a ton. Played 22 and a half minutes. Started mostly, but came off the bench for a little bit. 38% from three. So he's got a ton of upside. Scoring the ball, playmaking, passing. He's got some nice defensive upside as well.
What do you think of this comp from the comments here? PJ Dozier Jr.
Well,
PJJ.
when we go to the highlight, you'll see he plays a little bit like PJ Dozier. He also just reminds me of Nick Young, like just how he
That's how I had. It was my comp on
how
here,
he
his
runs,
shot.
how he
his
moves,
movements.
his
Yeah,
shot. Very Nick Young.
very swaggy PS. His shot, especially, man. It looks like a carbon copy.
Yeah.
Swaggy Primo.
Swaggy Primo, man.
That's not bad. He should take
He should
that.
take that.
Primo's got a lot of stuff that intrigues you. He's got a ton of upside, it seems like, just as a scorer, and has even flashed a lot as a defender, but is just really unpolished. He's super young, really rough around the edges. He'll probably need, a little bit of time to get up to the NBA speed, but the potential definitely seems like it's there.
Well, look, I mean, my first thought when you say upside youngest player in the draft is just how does that fit into what Denver's trying to
timeline.
get done and Michael Malone is the head coach, which is one of my first thoughts with any prospect, like how likely is he to play this guy? Do they need to fill next year's rotation through the draft? Do you guys have a definitive feeling on that
Definitely
one? way or
not.
another?
Definitely not. They never trust rookies. They shouldn't trust
Yeah,
rookies.
even
Like,
if
I think
try
they.
to,
Oh, I
don't.
think they should.
you do.
I do think that there is something too. Like if you're going to have a guy, you should be able to maybe not right out of the gate, but you should have a plan to like, hey, we hope this guy is playing minutes. I mean, this is the problem with Zeke Naji is I think he's a really good player, but how confident are we that he made meaningful progress this year when he just didn't play? And so
Well, I don't know.
maybe with a G League team, this is a little bit different, but I still think,
Right.
look, every year there are teams that have rookies or second-year players that go deep into the playoffs that by that time it's like, hey, we're getting something out of these guys that's really meaningful, and I just think
Yeah.
it's important.
But I don't think that means like the Nuggets need to target a guy who's older and can
ready-made,
come
right?
in and play right away.
I think it's a philosophy. And honestly, going forward, we talk about a lot of the money is going to be wrapped up. Like, you're just going to have to play cheap contract guys, and that means probably having to have every year one rookie that, again, you're not counting on to win you games.
Right.
But by the end of the season, you count on them to be your 6th, 7th, 8th guy. And so I don't know how that plays into Josh Primo, but I just do think philosophically this idea of, like, the Spurs, never play rookies. You sit the bench your first 2 years. No, man, I don't think you can afford that anymore if you're Denver.
Especially going forward as these extensions come through the pipeline.
Absolutely. His shot does look really smooth to me. We said it looked like Nick Young. It just looks like a very effortless shot. I don't know what kind of like volume shooter he will be, because the one thing about his shot is it's really slow. That's my one concern about it, is it's not a quick release. It's not a super slow like Marcus Camby style, like takes forever to wind up, but it's just not the kind of shot that I think you're going to surprise defenses with because it goes up so quickly. And this translates even more to the off the dribble game. So you talk about knockdown open shooter, dribble handoffs. It looked like he had some ability to do the dribble handoff game. But if he's going to create a shot off of the bounce, it's just every time he does a move, comes to a full stop, almost Joe Ingles-esque, I guess.
And another thing I noticed about him, he's way less athletic than you think he'd be. Like when he gets into the rim around the paint, he's not like a high flyer.
Yeah.
Not at all. Kind of like a little like Nick Young, actually, in that way. He's more of a guy who's going to beat you around the rim, at least right now, who he was in college, with like little scoop shots and up and unders and getting to defender in the air and making a move that way. He's not going to beat you with athleticism going over the top.
This was actually my biggest concern with him. Denver has Jokic, not a super athlete. Murray, kind of, but in weird ways.
Right.
I do think Denver needs somebody they just need as much athleticism around your big two players as possible, and that includes length, but also athleticism. And he's a bit of a slow-mo player. He kind of reminds me of Kyle Anderson, some of his moves where you're just like, man, he is moving at his own pace right now. Doesn't have a very quick first step. So shots are pretty much probably going to have to be created for him through some kind of action or off ball. So you can use those players. I'm not saying every player Denver brings in has to be a super hyper athlete or quick step, but if you are targeting this guy as a guy that's going to be a potential starter or a guy that plays significant minutes with the Jokic-Murray combo, it makes it tough if he's not athletic.
Yeah, we have highlights, right? Like we have.
Oh yeah, we do
So
have
you
some highlights.
Yeah, do we want to bring those up? Here
We
go.
can bring them up as we kind of talk about him.
Here's the shot.
One question, or point I had, like in that in the weaknesses column, you had inconsistency and unpolished, and at this point, I wouldn't mind seeing more polished and consistent players on the Nuggets. Or if they're inconsistent, can they be hyper athletic, like Adam said, right? You're trying to polish off that athlete.
I do love his open jumper though, and like that's not a small thing. I'm not trying to discount it. Like there's some guys that shoot and make them, and you're like I don't know.
That is Nick Young.
Yeah,
man.
It's such a Nick Young shot, isn't it? Doesn't he have a lot of Nick Young's just like
he really does.
mannerisms and release? What's going on here?
Catch
Kick
and
to the
shoot.
corner. Oh yeah.
Oh man, when he was covered by us just now.
That arc is pretty though.
It's a really
Does have a
pretty
nice
set
looking
shot.
Is he
Really
primarily
pretty
a
looking.
3-point shooter?
Three and D, I guess you would say. Like I mean,
See, like there's him getting into the lane. You see that like little
Yeah.
floater. He's not a high riser.
Sure.
but he's not even like. There's some types of guys that attack
taking
the
charge.
basket but don't get up high, and then there's guys that attack the basket like he does, which is he's going for the finesse.
Right.
He's not going to
You'll
dunk it on
see
people.
here, I think, is one. Kind of gets the defender in the air.
How long?
There's
is
a
he,
nice pass.
Is he a freshman? Like how many years has he played?
He's a
Yeah,
freshman. He's
he's
the youngest
guy
player in the draft.
That's
He's
right,
18.
Yeah. Interesting.
I do wonder how much that stuff
Like
matters.
there, he got the foul call, but didn't really get above the rim.
I'm so curious if this next generation of draft prospect, like if the shooting just across the board is elevated. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
coming in as a shooter, if he's an even better shooter than what a shooter was 10, 15 years ago.
See there, he gets to the rim, gets the foul call, but got
Just
blocked.
got absolutely consumed.
And it's just slow movements. It's not like you think, oh, you could teach him to become explosive. He's not going to be explosive, I don't think, in any way. Does that concern you at all, Vogt? Just his the way he plays that
Yeah, I mean it's that much harder to get done at the next level too. I mean, if you approach the lane tentatively, you have to have a really, really high skill level and knack for finishing around the rim. So, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not, just from where Denver's at, I'm not enthralled by Josh Primo to this point.
I do love guys though that can, obviously that can shoot. He is so young. You hope he can develop.
But that's it again. It seems like someone else's timeline. But
Right.
I don't,
Defensively, what do we got with him?
Defensively, I actually saw some good stuff with him just in terms of his one-on-one defense.
Right. Yep.
Staying in front of guys, because he's got a really big frame. He's 6'6" with a 7-foot wingspan, and he's not he is pretty wiry just because he's a freshman. And he's 18 years old, but it definitely seems like he's got a body that he can grow into. So
Yeah.
I think defensively, some encouraging stuff for sure.
You have a question, Kale?
I'm counting you down from the video. Trying to do my job.
Yeah.
The indignation in his voice.
So, man, well, he goes like, and I'm like, yes, Kale is like, he loves it. And then, I didn't go to broadcast school.
we've
And
not
then he's
used
like,
it- we've not
boom,
used this-
boom, boom. I'm like, what is going on here?
We've always gone.
No, it's like I feel for Kale because we've been doing this show for 2 years, and Kale's done that like for every show that we've ever done.
He's done this? I've never seen
Yeah, we
it.
just don't look, man.
Yeah, I'm usually looking at
He's
something.
trying.
I appreciate Kale.
I wish that he did. If I question, like, is it cool if I put another picture of Colin Sexton up? No, it's not okay, kid.
All right, let's ask this then. Vote. I'll start with you. Primo or Duarte?
Duarte,
Okay.
simply because more ready player.
Primo for me, pretty easily.
For-
actually, what?
For reasons like
Just the upside. I mean, I don't think Duarte has much upside at all. And I mean, if I'm Denver, like I stick to the formula that's like kind of worked in past drafts. Like I'm trying to swing for a home run. Like to be honest, and I think Primo. I don't even know if he'll be there at 26 because it seems like from what I've read, he's flying up draft boards.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, I think he fits kind of the Tim Connelly mold, to be honest. High upside guy who can grow into a heck of a player.
There's more talent there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Both of these guys, like, they seem flawed. Obviously, they're young. One much younger than the other. Duarte, obviously, the one fatal flaw that is hard to look past, which is the fact that he looks like the guy.
I can't believe this is really a flaw for you.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Like it does seem like if what you're talking about, Adam, the doctrine that you want somebody to come in that can actually play in that first year, that seems like that's Duarte. I mean, he's older, he's more poised, has a lot more experience. Like this feels like somebody you're bringing in to bring along slowly.
Yeah, I'm Primo. I think pretty comfortably. I'm with Harrison on this one. I think the draft is about drafting upside. Like you only get so many shots
Yeah.
at
I
it.
totally agree.
You can find guys, especially 24-year-olds. Like you could find guys that are like, you know what, this is a solid player. I mean, these are the Torrey Craig mold. You know, I was thinking, by the way, you know who could have been this guy that we just don't know is Greg Whittington. I know it's almost a joke at this point, but Greg Whittington fits the mold.
It became a joke because like I was so interested in him because
But he got hurt.
I know that, but I mean like
Yeah.
like he to me is still very intriguing. He's
You
a
can
big,
get
tall
a
player.
Greg Whittington every single year.
Yeah.
Just pluck him from Europe.
Maybe
we can
for a
actually
year or
get a
two.
Greg Whittington by getting Greg Whittington.
Bring him back.
Maybe not.
And
Why
do the
not?
whole thing over.
Why not? Man?
I'm just saying there was a chance that Greg Whittington came in and became a new Torrey Craig, where it's
Totally,
like,
man.
hey, this is not. Is he a great player? No, but is he a rotation piece? Yes. And I think Duarte projects to be that. Primo, look, I'm not saying he's like a lock prospect or anything. Guys at 26, you can look at the history of 26 picks. A lot of duds in there, man. And like the guys that hit are usually like, you know, Landry Shamet, who's good. You know, but it's not like he's a star or nothing. It's just like, yeah.
That's kind of what I mean, though. That's sort of why I lean towards Duarte. Is just like, all right, I can
The known quantity.
Yeah, I can safely see him on the back end of a rotation.
Yeah.
But you know, Justin McGinley in the comments here pushes back with a great point. Duarte may seem more ready. Is Malone going to play him anyway?
No.
So that's a really
No,
good point.
but
Yeah.
he's not. And I don't think Duarte, honestly, like some of his flaws are like feel of the game,
Yeah.
vision stuff. So he would be a rookie just like anyone else in important categories that are important, obviously, to Malone and should be important to Malone. So I think Primo, he's a guy. Anytime you're 18, you know, you're that young, your odds of fixing some of your flaws are great. And I don't think he'll ever be an explosive athlete, but I do think he'll be a great shooter, and like that's at least a skill. So
Yeah. One other thing about Primo that may change your guys' opinion on him.
Talk to me.
He's from Toronto.
Oh, that's
Whoa.
right. That's right. That is a key
He's
detail.
from Toronto. He went to high school for a couple years, about 30 minutes from Kitchener, where Jamal Murray's from. So
Canadian connection, baby.
that's interesting.
That's
How is
very
interesting to
interesting.
file
How is his
away.
name? Joshua Primo, and he's from not Italy, Canada.
Primo.
I love
Canada.
it. I love Primo, man. All right, let's hit our last break. On the other side, though, guys, we are going to have our snake draft of the week. It is movie franchises. I can't wait.
I got to be honest. I am dreading this draft.
Oh, I'm dreading it too, but I can't wait. I can't wait. What's the order here? Vote first.
Oh,
I'm
hell yeah,
second.
dude.
Eric third.
Go!
Wind.
I like going fourth in this draft.
All right.
Yeah, I don't feel good about
In
the
this
top.
draft,
I got
Yeah.
less pressure on the fourth pick.
Oh, I can't wait for the snake draft coming up.
First, though, let's talk about Illegal Pete's. the home of the stir.
Yeah,
The
finally.
home of the, dude, we were
That's good,
talking
dude.
about this on the podcast a couple days ago. How is the stir just not standard at all burrito?
Industry protocol.
Yeah.
I mean, truly,
Like
like,
if you open a burrito place, a hallmark or just a foundational pillar should be the stir.
yeah, like, should it just be criminal negligence if you're
You would think.
okay with your patrons eating just a glob of sour cream?
Oh, you wanted some sour cream in this bowl? Fuck you.
yeah.
Stir it yourself.
Stir it. Yeah, no, we gave you the fork.
I'm telling you, it's like if you get fajitas and they bring out the little things and then you can make yourself. That's how it is when they don't stir, because then you can pick exactly how much of every item you want. in
Yeah,
each
but
fork.
you're not. But then they
You're-
wrap.
you're not
You're
curating
wrapping
yourself.
it yourself.
These
They're
burritos are
wrapping it for you.
big burrito is made with no care at all. No care at all.
Really,
So
We
you
like
don't
a
have
homo-
to get the stir.
We just
and it's
like
okay
a
if you don't.
homogenous bite. Is it so wrong to love a homogenous
I
bite?
think it is.
right now at Illegal Pete's at all of their locations, they got 6 of them, including one just blocks away from the DNVR bar on East Colfax. They've got happy hour from 3 to 6 p.m. every day. $1 off drafts, $1 off all house and coin style margs, $20 party margs, $1 off large chips and queso, and large chips and guac, and free chips and salsa if you're drinking at the bar as well. That's another thing all restaurants should have. All Mexican restaurants. Free chips and salsa.
I agree. Free chips and salsa.
Just
Lost leader. Bring them in.
No questions asked. No
How
questions
come
asked.
Illegal Pete's understands so clearly what others don't?
Man, why is it?
They
They are
just know what's
Colorado
up.
through and through.
They just know what's up. So check out Illegal Pete's today, guys. Also on DraftKings right now, they're still letting you bet $1 to win $100 if you're a free user or a new user. Hopefully, you guys didn't listen to our advice on yesterday's show when we told you to put $1 on Milwaukee. Although I still feel good about that bet.
I know.
That,
Dude,
that,
that
that
was
still
the-
was the right bet.
That was
to
the
make.
hyper correct.
That was the
was
right bet
hyper-correct.
to make. If you want to put $1 on a team to win tonight, you could select the Los Angeles Clippers.
I'm on the Clips. I'm on the Clips.
Yeah,
I'm on the Clips
I
tonight.
think I'm on the Clippers too.
If this feels like
That's
it
where
has
my
to go
heart
7.
I
It
got
has
the
to go
Suns
7.
tonight, but I also said that the last 2 games.
I've
the last
completely
game,
turned on
so-
the Suns.
Yeah.
Completely turned on.
I have 2, but I also then, when left with the idea that Giannis was out, and considering our friend of the show, Espo, I was like, I want this for Espo.
I want it for him too, but I don't want it for Chris Paul more than I want it for
I sent him a message on Twitter. I was like, I don't like Chris Paul at all, but I want you to have this.
Wow, so you are more of a lover. I'm more of a hater.
That can't possibly be true.
That's definitely can't be true.
Yeah, but you can still bet $1 and turn into $100 in site credits on DraftKings
What are you gonna
Sportsbook
take,
when you
man?
download the app and use code DNVR to sign up. So again, make sure to download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code DNVR when you sign up to turn $1 into $100 in free site credits. Bet on the basketball team of your choice to win. If they win, you will claim $100 in free credits. That's promo code DNVR on DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Colorado only. New customers only. Wager payout inside credits. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. And we also got to tell you that you can get 25% off your order from Strava Craft Coffee with the code DNVR25 if you're a first-time customer. If you're not, if you're a returning Strava customer, use code DNVR20 for 20% off. Get 20% off Strava Craft Coffee, which is packed with CBD. Can help relieve long-term migraines, back pain, arthritis, IBS, tons of other aches and pains as well. Get it for 20% off at StravaCraftCoffee.com.
And you know who are the return customers?
You.
Former
Us,
first time.
all of
Everyone
us.
that was a first time customer.
true.
Everyone that uses the 25. You're
Once
gonna
you go
get
Strava, you never go
Dude,
back.
come on.
So I have to set the table here for the snake draft because we're doing
Oh,
franchises.
doctor.
A franchise we determined has more than 2.
Minimum 3
Minimum
entries.
3.
Trilogy or up.
Trilogy and up. Now, here's the other thing I'm going to say. First of all, to nobody's surprise, I haven't seen almost any of these movies.
That's right.
Like, there are very few of these. So I am asking the panel to vote with their hearts. I could easily pander. I could
look,
easily
hold
win
on,
this draft
hold
by
on.
pandering.
I have
Hold
never
on.
pandered in
How
the
are you
history
u-
of Snake.
how
I
are
can
you
easily
using-
pander.
Wanna make that
I'll pander if you want.
How are you using the instructions, the intro, as
Unbelievable.
for a way to
Lobby for
already
his own
lobby for your own terrible vote?
I'm not going to win, guys. I'm not going to win this. I'm not going to win this. All I'm saying is, I want you to pick your team because it's
Simply
really
explain
Okay, fine.
and let it happen.
Wow.
I'll take
You're
I'll take
like
the
setting
king of the
up this
jungle, the
underdog
lion.
story.
I'm not going to win. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to win. I'm going to lose
There
this.
it is.
I am
Nobody
gonna lose.
believes in me. You know, we don't have Jamal Murray.
Okay, Lion first. Silverback Gorilla was a close second. I put Lion- okay, all right. I went back and forth on this a lot. I love both
what's it gonna
of
be?
these.
Oh, boy.
One of them contains two of the objectively greatest movies of all time, but I'm going to go with the other one, which has three of my favorite movies ever made. I'm going to take the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Wow. I've never heard you bring up Lord of the Rings.
My three. I could watch.
I've never heard him talk about Lord of the Rings. Have you guys heard him? Has he ever referenced it?
Well, typically when people are talking to you about something, they want to have a level, like some
I've
common
seen Lord of the
understanding.
Rings. I've seen Lord of the
like,
Rings.
Coming up to you and asking.
Come
about Lord
on,
of
I've
the
seen
Rings.
You're
Lord
like,
of the
oh,
Rings.
hey man, do you like Gimli? And you're like, what?
I'm just saying, you throw in a little reference, a little line. I've never heard you quote it.
Look,
The man made his pick.
It's my favorite. Those are my favorite things. It's my
All
favorite
right.
fictional universe that ever
Holy
was.
Hey,
smokes.
Lord of the
The-
Rings is good, man. Lord of the
No,
Rings is
I
good.
mean not related to the height of the Hobbit, right? This isn't like.
Wait, you want Hobbit to still be on the board?
No, I'm just saying, like, does
he's
Brendan
making a short
does
joke.
Brendan feel a kinship with the hobbits? So
Two things: A, you're an asshole. B, absolutely.
Let's go. Let's go.
Absolutely, no
Let's
question
go.
about it. All right, well, you made this easy for me. I'm easily taking The Godfather. Look, the third one sucks,
All
but
right,
the
great,
two
all
first
right.
two are so great.
Okay,
So that was my other. It was Godfather,
Okay,
or
okay.
Lord of the
I'll
Rings.
take Star
Godfather.
Wars. Let's go.
Star Wars, yeah, you're pandery ass. Is that really your number one?
Star Wars was a big part of my life. I grew up in the 70s and the 80s.
You did not grow up in the 70s.
I grew up from 1978 on.
He was
think one
he was
thing-
2 by the time the 80s arrived.
I shat my pants and said,
One thing-
He grew from here to here.
One thing, original Star Wars.
Yeah, I
Came
remember
out in
seeing it in
1978.
theaters when I was 0.
All right, 80s. Does
All
that
right.
work for you guys?
All
In
right.
the
I would
80s.
like to point out the movie was so successful it was still in theaters when D-Line was born.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
It's really
Star
good.
Wars is
Star Wars
iconic.
is good. I didn't again, I'd never heard him talk about Star Wars before, so here we are.
Dude, Star Wars as a first round movie franchise pick is like a mortal lock.
It's a lock. That's why I say you could pander here, but all right. Okay, what do we
So
got?
if I want, can I? This is my first question of the draft. I'll probably have
Here we
many.
go. This guy.
Can I take
This guy.
Batman and what falls under that?
all Batman
All of them.
movies.
Yes, you.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
I
man.
will take Batman.
That's a great tip.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's all
Okay.
Batman. The old, the
Yeah.
Burtons.
I
and
will
the
take
Nolans.
all of Batman.
No. There's Batman and there's Dark Knight. Those are two
I
distinctly
don't,
different.
I
don't
don't
think
know.
so.
I'm gonna.
Yes.
Put, I would put the Nolan trilogy in the Batman franchise.
no, that's Dark Knight. That itself has 3 entries.
Man, this is a tough one.
Can you differentiate between
Kale,
MCU
Kale,
Spider-Man
you-
and Raimi Spider-Man?
All right, yeah, exactly. Are we going
I'm
to?
gonna say Batman's an umbrella franchise.
Boom.
and gets all of it.
All right, gets all
Thank you.
Batmans. I agree.
Wait, Batman.
Where is the
Kyle's
Kale?
the judge.
Kale locks his keys in his car at Taco Bell.
There's a lot
He's
of-
going to be the judge on anything. Kale puts up a picture of Colin Sexton for our goddamn
Hey,
grant.
leave Kale alone.
I will say,
A lot of strays.
I think Batman is pretty good.
This is
I think
ridiculous.
it's pretty good.
This is ridiculous.
Okay.
It's pretty good. There are some bad Batmans though. The one with
sure.
like Mr. Freeze.
There are
and
some
like, there's
terrible ones.
brilliant
Terrible.
Yeah, let's be honest.
You know what? The TV show Batman probably the best Batman though.
Whenever you
That
make
doesn't
that
count here.
many
It doesn't
of-
count here though.
Whenever you make that many of one type of movie, you're gonna have a lot of misses.
Yeah, that's true.
You're just gonna have some.
It's true. All right, what do we got?
My next pick, I'm gonna take Oceans.
Oh, come on!
You son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
You son of a.
I thought.
Oh, I thought that
it
was
could
gonna be
sneak
late.
to the
yeah.
fifth round.
I
thought
didn't
it
think
could.
that was coming back around for me. So
Ocean's
I
11.
take it now.
Ocean's 11 is incredibly
It's
rewatchable.
a perfect movie.
Incredibly
the most
rewatchable.
rewatchable movie of all time. I
You
think.
could just watch
Amazing.
one scene.
I'm
you could
gonna
just
go home
for
and watch it.
hours.
I will
It's
take
fun.
James Bond.
James Bond's a good one, man. This draft
All
is
right.
really going.
Good thing I put a lot of backups.
Wow.
This is tough.
I am going to take Rocky. All of them, including this gets Creed. We get the whole umbrella here.
I was thinking about
this is all
taking
Rocky.
Rocky.
I will say Rocky 1 I still think is really good. Yes, it's old, it's a little slow, whatever. Rocky 2 is all right. Rocky 3 has one great scene in it. It's a really bad movie, but it's got a great scene. Rocky 4, great pulp. Rocky
is great
5's
pulp.
terrible.
Great pulp, like a glass of orange juice, right?
Rocky 4 is just a hilarious idea of a movie.
All right, Kill.
He ends the Cold War.
I'm not sure.
If you could change, and I could change.
I'm not sure if I would take this one here in terms of my personal rankings, but I don't think it'll stay on the board. So I gotta grab it.
Man.
It's the burden of the first pick, brother. Avengers.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you're contractually obligated.
Yeah.
Never seen it. Sure,
All
it's
right.
terrible.
Back-to-back picks, man.
I hear Spider-Man dies. Spoiler alert.
Speaking of which,
Not true.
He doesn't?
Nope.
Well, it doesn't matter.
I will take the Spider-Man film franchise.
Avengers and
Okay.
Spider-Man coming in. Alrighty.
As we clarified with Batman, this includes every iteration of the Spider-Man.
That's
Who
right.
are the Spider-Men? So, like, the one is Tobey Maguire.
The other one is Andrew Garfield.
Which one's better?
The most recent one is Tom Holland, and in my opinion, he's the best Spider-Man.
He's the best Spider-Man? Spider-Man's kind of like a loser, and then he gets superpowers.
He actually is. He
Is
can't
that
get the
yeah.
girl, and then he gets the girl.
Well, all right. Well, it didn't necessarily make him a loser, but I just thought he was like a loser. All right, next for me, I'm going to take Jurassic Park.
Wow.
Jurassic
Wow.
Park.
Does it bother you that most of them suck?
Yes, absolutely. I would actually personally argue that they all suck, except for the first one.
Do you ever wish like me that they would the next one they'll just have like a nice day at the park? Like they'll just like they'll
Nothing, just nothing happens.
yeah, it'll just be like about the rides and the family and the bonding. It'll be like a
You don't understand that how much I love the original Jurassic Park is so much, and how much I hate all of the other ones. The worst one was Jurassic World, where they come up with they have to invent a dinosaur that is better than the T-Rex. It's just the dumbest thing, man.
I couldn't agree
Oh, yeah,
more.
dude, it's
and
like
that's
Dragon Ball
Dinosaurs
Z.
aren't cool enough.
It's like Dragon Ball Z. Like each week is the new most powerful villain
Yes,
in the universe.
exactly.
and,
Yeah. He eats T-Rexes. Like, oh,
yeah. The scale's just
I will
obliterated.
take Alien.
Ooh,
Oh, wow,
our shit
all right.
man for a third round alien pick. That's good, bro.
Okay.
all right.
Alien,
Okay.
never seen it.
Me neither. I have half of these though.
I'm
Spider-Man,
going to take
Avengers.
Terminator.
Oh, that's good.
Terminator's
That's
a good
Yeah,
one. Wow,
That's good.
You guys are not going where I thought you would. This is good.
And
We're complex people.
coming
we've seen film,
around,
bro.
I don't know if I want to save this one to the end. I will save it to the end. I'm not going to take it now.
Oh,
I'll take Pirates of the Caribbean.
whoa! What
Wow.
a terrible choice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pirates movies are kind of sick.
So I,
They're kind of dope.
They're sick like
They're
scurvy.
kind of dope.
They are,
Yeah.
dude.
I also love that
They
you
are
said-
sick like scurvy.
I've never heard it pronounced Caribbean in that context.
Me either.
I've always heard
Caribbean.
it Pirates of the Caribbean.
Me
I've
too.
heard
Oh,
Caribbean
Pirates of the-
Not
as
that
like
I
Caribbean
know
food.
this.
I
Right
haven't
or wrong.
said it in so long. You have a good point.
It's like pecan and pecan, but
Yeah.
it's always pecan.
Pecan.
Caramel,
pie.
caramel. There are a
Pirates
few
of the
words that
Caribbean.
I
Pirates of
myself
the
don't know
Caribbean.
how I pronounce.
don't know.
Right, it's different every time. All right, Pirates of the Caribbean.
All right. Oh boy, this is tough. This is tough.
All right.
Am I pandering or am I speaking to my
You're
own
always
heart?
pandering. We know the answer to this.
How do I want to be judged by those around me? I will take with the 1, 2, 3, 4 with my 4th round pick. I will take Mad Max. Let's go.
Oh,
Wow.
Eric, I want to vote for your team.
Good pick.
Thanks, bro.
Didn't do it for me.
Yeah, that's the least surprising.
Not surprising.
I was gonna say that for you.
All right, I am up and I am taking Before Sunrise. Love that movie.
Good
Love that
Good
trailer.
pick.
Before Sunset is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Did that win Sundance in '95?
Before
It was before Sundance.
Before Sunrise is good. Before Sunset is the best of them.
Yeah.
And then Before Midnight I think is good. It's a little heavy, but it's
Sure,
good.
sure.
But it's good.
If you're not into dialogue, skip all of these.
yeah.
You can make a niche pitch that no one knows.
Yes, you can.
People
That's his
know
brand.
Before Sunrise.
What?
That's his
People
brand.
know Before
First of all,
Sunrise.
his
great
brand.
series, great movie.
Second
but-
of all, have you met Adam?
yeah. Also, like, are you new here?
CEO of the company.
He will.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry about that.
This will take care of itself.
Do I get two? Do I wrap up my
Yeah, you
team?
wrap it up
Yeah.
here.
All right, I'm gonna go with one. I don't know if this is from the heart, but
Oh, boy.
slept on, but should be on this list. Hard left turn anyone's taken so far. Put the Toy Story film franchise.
I should have taken. I was trying to decide which one would still be left. God damn it! I'm gonna have to take a movie I don't like in the fifth.
And you guys know what I love to do with my fifth
Toy Story's
round.
great. You win.
I always go in the fifth round. I always go for something that I love. That
We're
is
not. We're just gonna gloss over Toy Story. We're not gonna sit here and talk about how great every
Oh, it's
single
great.
installment
Every single
is.
great. Every
It's a
single is
rare one where every single one they made is a very good movie.
Sunrise to the biggest Disney brand.
It's a really hard left turn. And then look, guys, I think this is in line with my cookout pick.
Oh, boy.
What did I
Still
take
don't know what
last
that
time?
is.
Fifth.
Oh, you took
Justified.
Justified. Yeah.
So this is an equivalent, I think. Particularly the remakes, super underrated. I will take
Night at the Museum.
I will take the Of the Apes franchise.
Ah,
the
good
Planet of the
one.
Apes
That's a good
franchise.
one. Planet of the Apes. That's a really good one. You're gonna win this one with those
Yeah, I
last
know.
two picks. Honestly, your last two picks are your best two picks.
Thanks, man.
Really good. I am out of movies that I like. So I am now going to have to take a movie I kind of like, or a series, which is Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is really good. All of them
It
are
is
really,
good.
really, really enjoyable.
not the last one.
The latest ones actually suck.
you don't
And
have
I
to
will,
sell it.
and
It's
I will,
okay,
I will
guys.
cap off my winning efforts here by choosing Back to the Future.
Dude, I was gonna take
Good
that.
one. It was between.
Oh.
I was going between those two.
I can't
forgot
believe you
about
took
that.
Back to the Future.
Dude, I'm in it to win it, my friends.
Eric, we might come down to the wire on this one, buddy.
Yeah, like yours is what you get when you're babysitting a child and you don't want to pay any attention to them. You throw on your picks.
Yeah, Planet of the Apes for sure. Kids love that.
That was well until the end there.
I mean, Back to the Future, the first one was incredible. The next two sucked, right?
Oh no, the next two are both really good.
Really?
It's not as good as the first one.
Yeah, Back to the Future is like intriguing the whole time. It's they're really good. All right, what do we got? Last one.
My last pick, man, gotta end on an exclamation point.
Entourage.
Every week it's
movie.
just
I am gonna go with Austin Powers.
Wow.
Dude, that's one movie 3 times.
Listen, guys, I'm really proud of us for none of us took Harry Potter. We're going to get crushed on that in the comments. I'm fine.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, one of the
never
issues with
seen
the
any.
Fast and the Furious franchise is how horrible
Yeah,
each
the
and
way that
every
it's
one of them-
the way that it's a bunch of bad movies.
Yeah. The first one, though, on the list.
wow. Wait to see how the votes come in. I actually think I might take third and this not fourth. I think I might beat Harrison.
I might take fourth.
I might beat Harrison. I thought I was gonna for sure come in dead last.
We just got disliked because we didn't take Harry Potter. Tough scene.
well,
Guys, spoiler alert. We're adults. Sorry.
took Toy Story.
Toy Story.
I probably should have taken Harry Potter.
Yeah, you should have.
Damn.
The movies aren't that good, though. Like, the Harry Potter lore is awesome, but the
I like
movies
the
are...
movies.
Okay.
I saw one Harry Potter once. I don't remember anything about it.
Okay.
Thanks for tuning
Big
in today,
Quidditch
guys.
guy.
Thanks for
Big
tuning in
Quidditch
for
guy.
our snake draft. Let us know. We're going to tweet this out on our Twitter account at DNVR_Nuggets. You can vote to let us know who's going to win. Be honest, be honest. Don't
You hear this is more pandering at Adam.
Vote for me. Just
Adam
like,
weaves
vote-
in.
search your feelings.
You know that you could go a little surface level, but you could show who you are as a person
That's
with a
right.
certain vote.
That's right. All right. Thanks, everybody. Hit the like button on the way out. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Chris Dempsey in the house tomorrow, guys.
Oh, boy.
Right here in this studio. We'll see you guys tomorrow.